Last week on Sailing Adrift, Chris finally caught something.
Oh, it is a fish. Holy sh**. I'm afraid. I think it's a tuna.
Indeed, it was a tuna, and we turned that little guy into some nice ceviche. We motored on and approached the harbor to Mazatlan, but we had to wait for a big cargo ship to enter first. Once inside the harbor, we dropped the hook and settled in for the evening. The next day, I made Chris go on a hike with me. About halfway through, he developed a plan to get margaritas afterwards, and our team morale quickly went from 6 to midnight. Then we ventured around town, enjoying the Malecon, the beach, some vistas, markets, and small bites along the way. Looks like we'll be staying here a while, but don't worry, this time it's completely by choice.
It is warm here in Mazatlan, and we haven't quite figured out how to balance the boat so we get a nice breeze going through it. I added tons of fans. Maybe I needed to add more. Maybe I didn't put them in the right spots, but our aft cabin gets very warm. It definitely helps. I just put out the back table. That shades our hatch so we don't get as much heat through that, which is great, but that just happened. Anyway, long story short, it's Sunday. Kelly doesn't have to work today. She's a free person today. She has to work tomorrow, and we've got plans for the first part of the week at least. So we're gonna take advantage and go over to Stone Island. Behind us, about 180 degrees, right back over here is a place called Stone Island. And you could drive there, but you have to go the long way around because there's no bridges over the harbor. Or you can take a panga over there, or you can take your dinghy over there and beach it. We're gonna just make it nice and easy. Take the panga, it's like 30 pesos round trip for each person. So roughly $2. So that's the plan. We're gonna go over to Stone Island, post up on the beach and just kind of have a nice beach day, maybe dunk ourselves in the ocean to stay warm. If you're cold, we stay plenty warm. Are you ready to go?
I am ready.
Okay.
I have everything packed up.
Sweet.
You're out there blabbing.
Was I blabbing? I tend to. Anyway, may I have Charlie, please? My douchebag hat. Keeps the sun off my head. Let's do it.
Okay.
It's a multi-part process, huh, Kel?
Yeah.
We get on our dinghy, we come in, tie up, walk up that janky ramp.
Say hi to Martine.
Yeah, give him some money, and then walk down the street about a block and get in line to go across on the panga.
Yep, everything about boat life just takes a little more planning and patience than being on land. But we're getting used to it. It's kind of funny how we left our boat to get on a smaller boat just to get on another boat. After we got our round-trip tickets, we headed towards the loading dock. We boarded the panga and waited for the boat to fill up before heading over to Stone Island. It never filled up.
That's the other option to get to Stone Island.
Yes, there are a handful of ferries just like this one that went by our boat in the marina at least 10 times a day. We were very familiar.
I think that's more of a tour though, and it's probably a little bit more than $2.
The boat was not very full, and we both suspected that tourism was at a low given the recent cartel activity. But we weren't about to let that stop us. If anything were to hold us back, it was probably this heat.
Still a little sweaty, but it's going way fast.
Yeah, it's freezing. Nice.
It was a really quick panga ride across, only maybe 5 or 6 minutes.
Very helpful attendant up here. Her job is to call people on her phone as we disembark. Anyway, let's go check this place out.
We arrived at the beach, and before us were a series of restaurants and bars to choose from. There were also a few vendors and people with water toy excursions.
All right, got a nice little spot here. How's that, Kelly?
We're pretty sure this is Letty's, but in total honesty, the vibe of these beach restaurants are all very similar, and it's really hard to tell them apart. It was so nice to spend this Sunday not really worrying about anything and just being able to enjoy Mexico. We actually haven't had many days like this, so we were fully committed to soaking it all in.
We have our own camp here. We have like a chair now and a table. And yeah, we got hooked up real fast. All right, Chris, what do you know?
We just ordered a beer and a drink. It's pretty clever. The way they have it is we could like go up and order our own food and drink because they got like a counter and a bar.
Yeah.
But then these guys, I don't think they work for the place. I think they just act as waiters for us and then bring us stuff. But since we're in the cabana, that works for me.
So we tip them and that's what they get?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So that's why they're big on service and bringing, you know, like tables and
Gotcha.
all that stuff.
Our drinks have arrived.
Thank you.
What is this ridiculousness, Kelly? That looks like something I'd make.
This is the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever ordered. It's called a Miami Vice.
Uh-huh.
And it's half of one thing and half of another.
Half pina colada, half strawberry daiquiri.
Would you like some?
I might have a sip, sure.
We're gonna have to drink this fast.
Oh no. Oh, hello there. I didn't see you.
Well, before we get too comfortable and fall asleep, let's keep moving down the beach and see what the rest of Stone Island has to offer.
Muy sueño.
We had heard some of the restaurants also provide beach showers. However, and unfortunately, we did not find a restaurant with a functioning shower. Only this foot washing station outside the bathroom.
Are your feet clean?
Yeah.
Are your feet clean?
All right, now what?
Let's go get a table.
After more walking down the beach, we decided it was time for lunch. So we pulled into El Velero.
This old chestnut where we're sitting around drinking.
Cheers!
We made it to El Vallejo. We're contemplating the recommendation of the pescado Serendipity.
Definitely nailed that one.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Kelly. We got a plate of rice and beans. Dig in. Mm-hmm. Oh, what's this? A red snapper con. Oh my God, this is huge.
Is this enough for two people? I think so.
Yeah, he's like hesitating. Let me see, you're Americans, you're fat. Jeez Louise, that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Wowza. Yeah, it looks fantastic, thank you. Oh man, that's delicious, dude. This is like the biggest splurge we've had food-wise.
What's this, like 20 bucks basically?
500 pesos, so $25.
Okay.
But it's for both of us, so it's not that bad. Damn, dude, that was really tasty. That was a good recommendation. Status update. We're getting work done. You do have to dodge some bones, but it's totally worth it. And this jus around the edge, it's fantastic. One of us is gonna die and spider eggs are gonna come out of our guts. That'll be nice, something to look forward to.
Yeah.
If you go like this, you see an eyeball right here. Right here is his little teeth. So you know it's real. And they butterfly the whole thing open.
So you know it's real. Well, Chris, we've done some good work here.
It was hard, but we did it. We got all the parts that you can eat. And the real bummer is, they don't scale the fish, so you don't get to enjoy that skin. Because there's scales all over it. And then you got like butter, sauce, which is actually quite delicious.
Oh, the sauce is amazing, and it's probably just like grilled butter.
Yeah. Let me show you how amazing it is by eating it. Yep, really good.
Well, on that note, it's probably time to head on home. We put our beach time in, soaked up plenty of sun, and maxed out our budget for the day.
A wonderful day at Stone Island, huh? That we found out by Kelly told us that it's not actually an island, it's a peninsula.
Yeah, if you look at a map, it seems very obvious.
Fair enough.
Yes, it is a peninsula, and I would totally go back. I love that place.
Me too.
Love it. It's great.
Kelly loves it. We're heading back. We're gonna go take our panga ride. return to the boat, make sure everything's a-okay. And then I'm gonna make sure that I remember how to sleep by taking a nap. Had a big day and I didn't sleep much last night. I don't know why I couldn't sleep. I stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then when the sun comes up, you wake up here. Weird. Will wonders ever cease? Heading back, huh? Not far to go. Just gonna wait for a boatload, am I right?
To the boat! We're flying! Woohoo! Some days we plane, some days we don't.
Depends on how much we ate. Back at the boat, gave myself a quick hose off in the shower. It was pretty brisk, but it was also wonderful. Feel pretty good right now. Ready for a bit of a nap. It's 5 o'clock at night though, so I don't know if that's the best idea. We'll see what happens. Kelly's gonna go lay on the deck and soak up the last rays of the evening. I'm not. I'm gonna lay right here. This is wonderful.
The next morning was a pretty typical Monday for us.
Incoming!
We've got a cruise ship coming in this morning. Apparently there's going to be one today and one on Wednesday. Only Carnival comes here. Good morning. You're welcome. Kelly's painting her toenails.
Give myself a pedicure.
We wake up early now.
5:30.
I think the cartel activity has curbed some of the cruise ships coming into Mazatlan. Maybe not. I'm speaking from ignorance, but I definitely think that would have an impact. It was just like really, I think it was just one event or maybe like a series of days here in town where the cartel was kind of running amok.
Like how recently?
Months ago.
Oh.
Anytime something like that happens, it becomes sensational news, and then everybody will use the true definition of the word ignorant, which is to not have knowledge on a subject, and then they just overreact. I feel as safe or safer and just about everywhere in America I've been. You know, like out on Stone Island, do you even feel even remotely like concerned or see anything of worry?
Not at all.
Anyway, we walked through some pretty dilapidated areas of Mazatlan, and you kind of like keep your head on a swivel because you've heard of what's going on, but I didn't feel like there was anything crazy going on. In all the touristy areas, Mexico has a very, very high level of priority to keep those areas safe because that's a huge source of revenue for the country. Anyway, Carnival's here. Oh yeah, look at that. It's not Carnival.
We were wrong. Other cruise lines still come into Mazatlan.
I think I would love the option if you could go like while everybody's off doing their thing, if you could pay like $50 and just use like the all-inclusive ship amenities while they're off the boat. That'd be pretty great. Go have a couple meals, sit by the pool, a few cocktails. Right, Kelly?
Well, here at Anchor, sweating our balls off, we were able to test out the washer for the first time with real clothes.
Trying our actual first load of laundry in the old Splendide. No water's come in yet though. Oh, I heard something. Is that water? The pump shop. There we go. That sounds better. I mean, a little angry, but at least something's happening. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna assume that it's working because I'm not gonna stand here for 57 minutes.
Chris ran out of underoos.
Yeah, this is how we live now. We're like gypsies.
Nice butt.
Thank you.
I really liked the smell that the washing machine produced down below. It was very fresh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Isn't it just our detergent or is it?
Pretty sure that's what it is, but it smelled very fresh and it was nice. And it was sort of like reminiscent of home in a way. Okay, carry on.
I will.
Something else we had wanted to do was set up our wind scoop because the temperatures in Mazatlan were probably the highest we had experienced so far, and there wasn't a lot of fresh air circulating down below. This meant a trip up the mast to run a designated halyard to raise the scoop. This was a little dicey though, as any wake of boats going by would send Chris rocking gently into the air.
Not down yet. Only thing you have to watch for is these tourist boats going by.
Yep, I definitely look for those first.
Then they holler at you. Yeah. What's this man doing in his skivvies? Nice landing.
We're gonna use it for our new wind scoop. Thank you, Henry Hall. We struggled trying to figure out how to hook it up, so I just installed snaps.
Ta-da!
Is it working?
It seems like it's billowed out quite nice.
We installed 4 metal snaps around the hatch at the bottom and then raised the scoop. Little did we know at the time, but this would be a serious game changer in dealing with the heat, especially at anchor.
Today has been a day of repairs and improvements.
Yeah.
What do you say, Kelly? Kelly's been sewing away. We've got this thing underway. It's not quite finished yet, but it'll protect us from bugs.
Yes.
We've got one in the aft cabin, one in the fore cabin, just about ready to test fit. Got a scoop. It feels like a wind tunnel in here already.
Yeah. Progress.
Indeed.
Bit of a disaster here, though.
It is.
Living in a small space can be difficult at times. As you can see, with each project, all the tools come out. And oftentimes, to get to the thing you need, you have to pull out like 47 things you don't need. So with both of us working today, it's a bit of a cluster. Also, when you live on a boat, most areas are dual purpose. Just about an hour prior to this, my workstation was set up with my laptop, and soon after this project, I'll have to pop up shop again.
Can we bring out the Dremel?
Sure.
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome anytime. What are you working on?
I got into the dinghy this morning and the fuel tank was like flipped up and there's a little bit of like blue tint to the water that's in the back of this, so I think it leaked and that's no good, so I installed the strap.
Cool.
See it? It stretches.
Nicely done. So what are you doing with the Dremel?
I'm waiting for it to heat up and I'm gonna trim this off.
Oh, okay.
All done. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's hot.
Well, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Dinner on the deck?
Yes.
Where'd all the
His and hers?
ridiculous heat go?
I don't know, but this is quite pleasant.
Mondingus is ready.
This is our mascot, Mondingus. He's been watching over us since day one.
Not quite, he's still sleeping.
Bon appetit.
We ate our dinner and created our to-do list for tomorrow. We got an early start the next day in effort to beat the heat. Our first errand was filling up our propane tank.
Denied.
Turns out that gas station didn't have propane.
We went to the wrong one, but now we're at the right one.
Let's hope.
Success! We had heard that propane in Mexico may not always have that rotten egg smell that we have in the States. That's because the scent is actually added to the gas and is basically an alarm system if you have a leak. So we did ask the attendant here about the smell, and he assured us that it does have the additive. So if for some reason we spring a leak aboard, we'll be aware of it and be able to act accordingly to avoid blowing ourselves to bits. We filled up our tank for about $10. Next stop, Walmart.
So now time for some grocery shopping.
Not grocery shopping, odds and ends shopping.
Yeah, he's right. We didn't get many groceries. We did walk out of there with a new fan, some fly swatters, and a cart full of other household necessities.
Not bad, $100-ish, plus minus.
It's more like 180.
Okay, should I order our Uber now?
Yeah, that would be helpful about 4 minutes ago.
Uber is very much a thing here, and the rides were cheap. It was about $3 for our trip to get back from Walmart with all our items. Definitely worth it. We carefully make our way back to the dilapidated dinghy dock and load up Floater. We also decided to fill up a bucket while we're here so we could both shower tonight. This is not potable water. We'd have to venture into town for that.
Back to the boat.
Okay.
Success. We have all the things.
Still need water, dude. We're only down to about 20 gallons in our tank, which is about a 2, maybe 3 day supply if you stretch it.
Once back on the boat, we made dinner and settled in for the evening.
See, this is a video of me really enjoying the sunset. That looks amazing. If only you were here, sitting next to me, to enjoy this majestic sunset. Or, I can show you. That's freaking crazy, man. I would give this Anchorage a very strong 4 out of 5. The only thing it has going against it is, well, I guess a couple of things. Every once in a while you get a whiff of shit smell from the sewage treatment plant. I don't know if it's residual or what, but today was the worst and the strongest. The other negative is that you've got kind of some rough humidities and everything. You're kind of far away from everything. But other than that, it is flat calm. We have not had a single night where I felt like we were rocking and rolling. Would you agree with that, Kelly?
Yeah, I would totally.
Like, I feel like we're in a slip most of the time in a marina. It's been awesome. And now, even better, there's a boat, and back there's a boat. So we now have 3 buddies in the marina that all showed up within the last 24 hours. When this first like 5 days we've been completely by ourselves. There's tons of boats in the Anchorage, but they're just like, I don't know, locals or something, because no one's on them at all. Every night's a gorgeous sunset. It's a good spot, I would definitely say. And we've done some exploring of Mazatlan. As we get out more and more, there's a whole northern side of Mazatlan that you can't really explore from here because of the sheer fact that you're in the south end. But Stone Island has been great. We had a great time there. I can't imagine there being a better beach scene than that. Do you think, Kel?
I'd love to go back.
Yeah, we should go back.
The next morning, we awoke to some cruise ships coming in. Today was another typical day in the life.
Today, we're on a mission for water. We're running a little low, and I still don't have the water maker up and running. Can you tell I'm a little afraid of this project? The biggest reason why I haven't gotten the water maker going is because I feel like even if I did get it all set up, there's a very big chance of a repeat performance of the problem we had, and we won't be sitting in the middle of the river, 500 yards from a dock to tie to.
True.
So, anyway, I'm gonna make sure it's gonna work number 1 when we get it going. But for today, we're gonna go get some water. I stopped by a place around here that refills, they call them garrafones. They're basically the water cooler jugs. But you have to have your own water cooler jugs. So I think he's gonna lend me 6. And we're gonna do at least 1 round with that. I hope so. That was the communication I had yesterday. He told me to come back tomorrow at 9 or 10 a.m. and they'd be ready for them at a reasonable price. So that's where we're headed. We got a dinghy in, walk over, Uber back, bring the water onto the boat, and then return the garrafons. Ready, Kelly?
Ready.
That's Kelly there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, today is also garbage day. So since we didn't have our own garrafons, we made a special arrangement with the water guy to let us borrow his personal ones. But there was a little bit of a translation issue, which worked out in our favor.
Looks like we're getting 10 instead of 6. Bonus!
The only downside was figuring out how to get 10 of these bad boys back versus the original 6. Most taxis and Ubers are compact cars, and they wouldn't be able to accommodate both of us plus 10 full garrafons. The first Uber we called took one look at us and drove off.
Brandon? Oh, okay. We just have these jugs right here. We fit them in? Do you think that'll fit?
Then this wonderful angel of a woman appeared and helped us out getting a truck to haul us back to port.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Bien.
Ready for this?
Yep, let's go. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, the adventure.
Well, we're getting there. We got a ride.
And we needed someone to take pity on us.
2 people, actually.
3, man.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad they were there, though.
Me too.
Yeah. all your water.
All the boot sweat. Tonight should be more pleasant though. I was looking it up and it's supposed to be 70 only overnight.
Oh, nice.
78.
That'll be real enjoyable.
Yeah, last night we slept apart because Kelly generates too much heat.
So much heat. There's Chris. He's taking the first round of garaphones to the boat. Gonna unload them, and then I'm gonna babysit the rest of these and just hang out for a bit. Hola. How was it?
Oh, it was epic, Kelly. Let me tell you.
Where are you going?
Away.
Bye.
Got my hand. I can't do anything.
Oh.
Thanks for bringing some down.
We then reloaded the dinghy and Chris went back out for round 2.
Looks like Chris lost 2 garaphones. He is circling back in the dinghy to try to wrangle them up as the ferry's going by. Exciting times. Well, I wanted to go with him, but somebody's got to watch these. What can you do?
Chris made it back with all the garaphones, and then I tied him off as we started brainstorming how to return the garaphones back to the water purification place. We discovered an Uber would be about $2.
I think we'll take an Uber if it's $2.
You don't want to walk like that?
It's a long walk, dude.
Garaphone man?
Garaphone hombre.
How many garaphones can you fit in the back of a trunk?
The Nissan Versa holds 8 garaphones.
Oh, you have dose left. We made it.
We did. All right. Our boat has water.
I feel good about this.
Do ya?
Yeah.
2-hour process from start to finish. And total cost, let's see, we spent 200 pesos on the water.
See?
170 pesos on the drive back. How many on the drive over?
It was 33.
Plus tips, so 40 pesos there.
Okay.
And then I just gave him 30 pesos as a tip.
Yes.
So overall, yeah, we got out of there for, just under 500 pesos, which is like 20 bucks.
20 bucks.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
For what? 50 gallons of water, roughly.
Score.
Yes. Now let's go get something to drink in a cool environment. What do you say?
That sounds awesome.
A friend of ours from back home suggested we find camarones a la cucaracha, which translates to cockroach shrimp. We both questioned if this was a real thing or not, so now we're determined to find out. We did see it served at one of the beach bars along the Malecon, so we stopped in.
All right, we found it. Cockroach shrimp.
Good. Is it weird that this is the most exciting part of the dish?
Yeah.
Like medley of veggies. Try it.
Oh man, that's good.
Very satisfying.
Happy to report this dish does not contain cockroaches. These extra large shrimps are quickly fried in their crispy shell to perfection and then tossed in a yummy spicy sauce. We didn't know this at the time, but you can actually eat them whole, as most of the flavor is in the shell. Just don't eat the tails.
Well, carnage there.
Sorry
That
about
was
your shirt.
delicious sauce, dude. I really liked it. I don't know what's in it, but I would like to know. There it is.
Butter.
Analyze that. Because that was tasty. My rum punch was tasty. This place is great. What is it called? Fisherman's?
Fisherman's Landing.
Yeah.
We made it back to the boat and settled in for another night in the Anchorage, where Chef Chris prepared us some dinner.
Nachos in the dark.
Well, whose are they?
The next morning, we did some serious grocery shopping.
Head back to the boat. We got groceries. It looks like we got a bunch of donuts, but we really got other things too.
Well, we did get a bunch of donuts.
Once back on the boat, we stowed away all the goods and updated our inventory lists. With this haul, we'd be stocked for quite a while.
Down here in Mexico, it's advised that you wash all the fruits and vegetables that you purchase That's just good practice on a boat, because if there is any surface crap on these, you know, you might not get yourself sick, but it might not make it last as long. So what we use, and it took us a while to find this, you know, we've been down here for about a month plus now, and we've been looking for this stuff, and we finally found it here in Mazatlan. Every forum I said this is like in every store, every convenience store and everything like that, but I haven't seen it yet. Anyway, this is called Microdin, and you use a quarter cap full per liter, and you let your food soak for 15 minutes. And then you got to make sure to dry it really, really well, because again, moisture on the surface can cause premature spoilage as well. But anyway, we're gonna let all of these apples and tomatoes and cucumbers, this cucumber's been around a while, that's not how they come fresh, jalapenos and things like that, we're just let this soak for about 15 minutes. Then we'll lay them out on a towel to dry off really well, and then we'll pull them away, and hopefully that lasts forever. Another thing that many people may not know outside of the US, they treat eggs differently. They don't wash them, which is a requirement in the United States. That's why we have to refrigerate our eggs. Here, there's protective film that's water soluble on the outside of eggs. So if you don't wash them, you don't have to refrigerate them. Just every couple of days, flip them over so that little pocket on the inside gets shifted and doesn't cause rot. And apparently they'll last like freaking month plus. They aren't technically like cleaned, but they are like rubbed off. But every once in a while you might find a brown speck here or there. Just wipe that off with a paper towel, and don't suck on the eggshells. Got that, Kelly? Yes. Kelly's an expert at not sucking though, so she's real cool.
Well, on that note, thanks for watching. Tune in next week to see how we wedged our way into an all-inclusive resort.
We just told them we're major social media influencers with the Instagram and the Twitter and all that stuff, and then we go to hotels and review them. This would reflect very negatively on their hotel if they didn't let us in. All of this, by the way, is not true at all. What else was I gonna say? Lots of footage of Kelly riding in a boat under this palapa. Palapa!
Smile.
For what?
Choose your own adventure.
Yep, that's how Kelly orders. Stupid flies think they can just come along and get a ride for free. I'm gonna eat this bite. That's been my job the whole day, is to make sure she doesn't come out of her top. Oh, the dirty monkeys are good if you've never had a dirty monkey. Going up the mast, you idiot. There's one more thing I was going to mention.